Well, I appreciate all of you coming here today to our TRW webinar. So what we're going to be doing in the webinar here today is very similar, basically the same thing that we did in our webinar on Tuesday. So we did have a lot of you that weren't able to attend the webinar on Tuesday. So what we actually decided to do was to make sure that we did the exact same webinar. Yes, we have the recorded version, but we also want to be able to do it live so you guys can ask questions during the process to make sure that everybody can obviously grasp the concept if you do have any questions, okay? So again, if you were at the webinar on Tuesday, no worries at all. You can definitely stay in here. It's free. You might pick up something else that you didn't hear before, but it is going to be basically the same thing that we did on Tuesday because we want to make sure that everybody is able to see it live. And the cool thing about today's is we're gonna actually be posting a link for you to get this wrestling mom and wrestling dad design for free. So I'm going to show you exactly how to make these designs, but the awesome thing is you're going to get both of these designs for free to use at your own will for your business to hopefully make you some money, okay? So what we're going to do, Karen, we will eventually do that. This is going to be a very basic webinar because for people that are brand new that haven't seen this process at all. So to do something like this with rhinestones, it's a whole lot more work than what we're doing here. So it is something that we will eventually do, and that will probably be more of an intermediate or advanced class as far as trying to do something like this with rhinestones. But just to give you an idea, we want to obviously grasp the concept of the different features with Corel Draw and everything, and then eventually that will be something that we're looking to do, Karen. Okay, so first off, just want to ask a couple questions here, and the awesome thing is I see that, just so you know, we did actually increase our number of seats allowed at all of our webinars. So now we can have up to 500 of you at a time. So how awesome would that be? That's my goal eventually, is to get 500 of you here at one time so we can have a big TRW party. But the great thing about that is I see that we are already over our old limit of what was 100, and that was the problem that we did have on Tuesday, so I do apologize for that. But on Tuesday we had over 100, which is going to, Will, no worries on this one. If you do want to stay, Will, we have 500 seats now, so you're perfectly fine, but it will be basically the same stuff that we did on Tuesday, Will. But again, we have over 100 in here right now. We're not even close to the 500, so nobody needs to leave. And that was very nice. Will offered to leave to make room for other people that weren't able to come on Tuesday. But we are good to go now, and we have up to 500 per class. So we do have over 100, so I'm glad that we did make that upgrade to be able to do that. And now we can accommodate everybody at these webinars. All right? So let's go ahead, and I'm trying to read some of these questions as they're coming in, and that way I can answer. I got Daniel over on the other side and Rudy. Rudy is here. I saw someone asking if Rudy was here. Rudy is here on the sideline answering questions as well. So as you type questions, they'll be able to help you, and I'll be able to get some of the questions answered for you as well. So awesome thing is I see a lot of people that were at our TRW lab this morning. So we had a great lab, TRW lounge. Our TRW lounge this morning, we had a great lounge this morning, went over a lot of great different things as far as selling techniques and different things that hopefully helped a lot of you. But those of you that haven't been to our TRW lounge before, definitely come check that out sometime. It's basically an hour of time. I hang out with you guys and answer any questions that you have. So yes, Kate, the lounges are recorded, and we should get that up here in the next day or two, okay? Okay, so this, off the start, wrestling dad, wrestling mom, baseball, soccer, whatever it is, do you guys think that you could sell a design like this, something you think you could bring to your school and sell to your customers or your local league or whatever it is? Pretty cool looking designs. On our Crafting with Rhinestones and Vinyl page, These designs were blowing up on that page, and a lot of people were posting different things. I know Will even created a cool video for us to show you kind of a preview of it, of how to do it with the power clip, so we appreciate that, Will. But very, very cool. A lot of cool things you can do with these, and basically what I want to do is I want to show you how easy this process is. It's pretty dang simple to be able to do something like I have right here. So again, these two wrestling ones are going to be freebies. We're going to get you the link to that at the end of the webinar here, and it's only for those of you that are attending live that get these free files here. So we're going to actually give you a link in the questions here that you're going to be able to do, get these two files for, okay? So real quick, 2 questions. I'm going to shoot you a quick little poll as far as, do you currently own the TRW Stone Wizard? So I just want to get an idea of what we have in here as far as all of the TRW crew that's in here. So whether you currently own it, you don't yet, or of course you hope to soon and you want to kind of see some different things that it can do. And obviously, we aren't going to go over too crazy with what the wizard's doing. I may show you, run through a quick little thing with the magic envelopes at the end to show you some stuff with the new 2.1. But the main purpose of this one is to go over this technique here that you see on the screen. So awesome. I see about 70% of you currently do own the wizard, and 30% of you are hoping to soon. Very cool. And then the next question is, do you currently own Corel Draw, and what version of Corel do you own if you own Corel Draw already? Did have a question, will you be adding wrestling to the sports tail magic templates? Shelby, we are going to come out with a volume 2 of the sports tail magic templates. Not sure exact time frame, but yes, we will be doing that, and that's why it is volume 1, because we'll be coming out with additional volumes of the magic templates. So not going to promise an exact time, but we will be doing that. And same thing with the vector design. Someone asked earlier as far as with the vector designs. And Tracy, I think Tracy, you are in cahoots with Thomas, aren't you? Tracy just asked about the wrestling true type font, Thomas, so you got someone else helping you out with that. Yes, that is a true type font that we will be creating. So I see what you guys are doing, Tracy and Thomas. I'm on to you. Okay, so it looks like we got some X5 users, some X6, some X7s, and then, okay, awesome. So only 14% of you don't currently own Corel Draw. So that means some of you already own Corel, but don't have the wizard yet, which that's going to obviously save you a lot of money. Tennis, Linda, we do have a tennis true type font of the HTV already, so that is one that we've already created. Oh, Shelby's jumping in with the wrestling too. Awesome. Okay, so let's get down to do some designing here. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a file here, and I'm going to bring in my wrestling mom design. And this is my wrestling mom here. So I'll just pull this off to the side for a minute, move this here. I'm going to open the TRW Stone Wizard, and here's our custom toolbar for the wizard. Now the first thing I want to do is in our custom toolbar, does everybody in here know how to add custom items to their toolbars in Corel Draw? And I know I've done it in a bunch of different videos, but if there's one person that doesn't know how to do it, I'll show you here. Okay. Got one person that doesn't, and I got 2, I got 3, I got 4. Okay, I see most of you don't know how. Awesome. So you guys get a quick little tip here that's going to help you with Corel Draw. So as you can see, in our custom toolbar, we didn't currently have the intersect feature because we weren't really using it a lot. But now we're going to use the intersect feature a lot when we're doing these type of designs. So I'm going to show you, just so every time we want to add a new feature, or there's a button in Corel Draw that you use a lot and want to add it to your toolbar, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, which is going to be pretty cool. So, for example, the intersect feature, I just pulled it out of there and deleted it, okay? So the way that I did that, I held the Alt key down, the ALT, I held that down, left click, and dragged it out. So this is the toolbar that you see right now. So don't get used to doing the Alt key and drag out, or else you're going to start losing all of your toolbar here, and it deletes it automatically. So only use that if you currently want to get rid of something, okay? So I'm going to show you how to add that. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to go to Tools, I'm going to go to Customization, and then in Customization, I'm going to go to Commands, and I'm going to go to File, and I'm just going to do Show All Items. I'm going to click on my binoculars here because that's my search, and I'm going to search intersect, and then hit Find Next, and then you can see it's going to go straight to intersect target. But this is the intersect that I want right here, okay? So what I'm going to do, left click, I'm going to drag this out. You can see it kind of moving with me, and see that line that's forming in my toolbar at the top? Can everybody see that little line and where I am in my toolbar? So I'm up at the top of my toolbar here, and I'm still holding my left click button, okay? So as soon as I release that left click button, it added it. So there's my intersect. So it added it to my toolbar. Now, this is what I used to always do, and I used to be like, what the heck? Where'd it go? Then you go close, and you close this out. Well, it disappears then. So you want to make sure that you set it in. So hit OK, and now look what I have. Intersect quick tool button in my toolbar. Okay, so let me show you again. I'm going to get rid of it. Hold Alt, grab my intersect, get it out of there. And don't do that if you want things in there because it's going to delete them. So again, Tools, Customization. In Customization, I'm going to go to Commands. And then here's my Commands box. I might actually not even have to go to the other. Let me go Search and Intersect. Find Next. Let me see if it finds it here. It does. Okay, so you don't even have to go to the Find All. Just go to Commands, click on the binoculars. It'll pull up the Find Text. Type out Intersect. You're going to see not Intersect Target. You're going to go Intersect, the one right above it. Hold my left key. Drag it out while I'm still holding my left button on my mouse. Bring it to where I want it to go in my tool. If you want it all the way over here, you could drop it right there. I want it right over here next to my Combine tool. Drop it. There it is. Hit OK, and you're done. Okay? So that's how you're going to do to get the intersect feature in it. And I'm going to show you why I do that. So just for example, if I wanted to do something with my intersect key, what I would actually have to do is I would have to go click, I would have to go object, I would have to go down here to shaping, and I would have to go over here to intersect. So think about it. There's click on my items, click on object, click on shaping, click on intersect. So 1, 2, 3, that's 4 clicks compared to just going up to my intersect and clicking. So over a period of a design, and you're doing multiple intersections, it's going to save you a lot of time. All right? Alrighty, so everybody's with me now? Object arrange. Yes, in version 6, it might be under arrange. Okay, object arrange. So yes, in X6, it might be a tiny bit different, but you'll see it there. Yes, who said that? Lynette. All right, so now I just brought this file in. Right now it's just grouped, so I'm going to ungroup it real quick. So I got my wrestler here, my mom here, and my wrestling here, okay? So this is still a true type font, so I could type out dad if I want, or I can go back to mom. So that's just a true type font. Same thing with wrestling. It's an impact font that I'm using here. So let's go ahead and redo that, and I'm going to go ahead and type out mom, and I'm going to show you now. Don't pay attention. Yes, this is impact font, Kate. So don't pay attention to the steps as much right now. I'm going to show you how easy it is to actually do it, and then I'm going to go back and do it step by step for you, okay? So here's what I would do. I type out wrestling. I would type out mom. Let's say they're off-centered. I would click on both of them, hit C to center it. I would get this wrestler. Let's bring him up to here, and I would say he's good right about there. I'm going to grab this wrestler, split the M right there, shrink him down a little bit, and I would say he's good right about there. I'm going to click on both of the pinks, and I'm going to combine those together. Click on both of the words. I'm going to convert to curves, combine those together. Click the pink, place and fill. I got one island to the outside at let's do 0.06. There's my island fill, pink to black and intersect. And then I'm going to go white to black and trim. Get rid of this pink, get rid of this white, click on that, turn it to pink, and I'm completely done. Okay, everybody got it? We're done with the webinar? I'm just kidding. So I just wanted to show you, once you get used to the tools, how easy it actually is. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back on all of those steps right there and do every single one of these to make it simple for you. Okay, but everybody sees, I mean, I'm done. So honestly, for this design right here, if I wanted to do in the wizard, let's just say I wanted to go silver lens, and I wanted this to be a red electric, and I wanted to go on a blue shirt, highlight my design. I'm 9.8 inches. I can probably go a little bit bigger than that. Let's go 10.1. I'm going to go to my mock-ups. I'm going to go to my TRW logo. I'm going to go to a men's shirt. I'm going to go to this men's shirt right here. Let's click on my men's shirt, and I want it to be, what do we say, a blue shirt, and there we go. We're done. So now we have a mock-up and everything ready to send to that customer. Of course, back to page 1. Highlight it, templates, create magic templates. There's your 2 templates. Highlight that, go ahead and mirror it, and we're ready to cut both of our files. So honestly, in a matter of 2 minutes there, I created a custom design, Wrestling Mom, chose my colors, gave them the silver lens and the electric red, put it onto a men's shirt to show them the actual mock-up, show them what it's going to look like, did the mirror, set my cut files, and I'm ready to send to my cutter. Okay? And the awesome thing about this is, and that's a good question, I think, Kate, just no magic trapping needed because of the trim. Exactly right, Kate. So I'm going to show you the reason why, and I think it actually looks even better this way. When I zoom in here, it almost makes it look, it kind of makes it look like a 3-color design, doesn't it? It kind of looks like silver lens, and then black, where it's showing the outline there, and then the actual wrestler, the red there. So it almost makes it look like a 3-color design, but the awesome part is you don't have to worry about any type of magic trap or layering. So, because that's the shirt actually showing through. Okay? The cut specs for the silver lens, it all depends on your cutter, Jackie, but it's a very thin material. It's going to cut just like your Easyweed. So very, very thin, very easy to weed. Yes, we do have a webinar, Barb, already, or an actual webinar. Yeah, we do a bunch of different webinars where we go through the complete process. Barb asked if we could do a webinar to show you how to press this. Yes, and that's something we'll definitely do. The silver lens, Thomas, I do it on all of the shirts that I wear. So the silver lens it lasts. I mean, I have shirts that are 2 years old that still have silver lens on it. And then, Barb, to answer your question, to line this up, it's actually pretty easy. What I would do is I would press the silver lens first for about 3 seconds, just an initial tack, then take the red electric, and all you do is eyeball it to make sure that there's spacing between all of those different areas. Okay? Yeah, Kate, ladies do like the silver lens. I like it just because it's a pretty cool looking, like, I like it because I think it's pretty manly looking. And I think that it's something that, it doesn't necessarily add glitter, but it adds kind of that shimmer to it, where it's something that looks pretty cool when the sun hits it, but it's not necessarily a glitter or a rhinestone that I'm going to wear to my son's baseball game or my daughter's gymnastics. All right, so let's go ahead and go through this entire process to show you guys everything I did here, okay? So I'm going to bring this all the way back here. And I'm even going to ungroup my wrestlers. I'm going to show you everything here. So back here, and my wrestler, my mom, and boom. Okay. So, and I'll show you another way, and we're going to get into the mascots, and we're going to get into doing the Real Dudes Wear Pink, like the shirt that I designed. Okay, so here's what we do. We just typed out wrestling. We just typed out mom. These are just vector images of 2 wrestlers. So these are just 2 that I did real quickly. And here's my steps involved. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to size the wrestling mom to about the size that I'm going to want it for a shirt. So mom design, I'm normally 9.5 to 9.8 inches. So I'm 9.74 here. I'm going to highlight both of these, and I'm going to convert to curves. And the reason why I converted to curves first is I want to combine them. So if I combined it first, watch what happens. Boom. It combines them on the same line because it's still a typable TrueType font. So let me go back, convert to curves. Now that I have it converted to curves and I combine it, so we converted to curves, but it's still separate. But when I have them both highlighted with converting them to curves and combine it, now it's a single object. So you can see at the bottom, curve on layer. So we only have one actual object here now. Now I have my two wrestlers. So I want to form those to look nice inside of this design. So things I pay attention to is obviously I don't want maybe his hand in this area because then it's going to look like he doesn't have a hand. Or just different places, you just kind of want to move it around so I can see the head of this wrestler is kind of in between the R and the E where I think I'll still be able to see it pretty nice. I can see his feet here, his hand here. So I would say this is actually a pretty good spot for this one, and it's gonna vary depending on what your object's like. And then for the single wrestler here, let's make him a little bit taller so it's proportionate because these guys are kind of bent over and leaning over here. And we're going to go our pink, and I would say that's looking pretty good. Move it over a tiny bit just to get more of his shoulder in here. I have his hands in. Should be able to see his head pretty good there. Okay, so I'm good with all of those. Now I'm going to click on my first wrestler, hold shift, and click on my second one so I have them both selected. And I'm going to hit combine. So now I have one object and two objects. Okay? Now it's easy from here. So I don't understand what convert to curves is. Just keep them. What convert to curves does is when I double click on this, you can see it's got the actual nodes now. So I can change these nodes all around. So it's not normally if I didn't have it converted to curves and I double clicked on it, it would highlight it to be able to type new letters. So once I convert it to curves, I can't change the text of it anymore. Okay? So let's go ahead and show you how to do what we did there. And this is just one step of the design that I showed you that we created. So I'm going to click on my pink, and I'm going to go to place and fill. I'm going to do one island to the outside, and I'm going to do a contour spacing of 0.06. So when I hit island fill, it's going to give me that. So it created an island around, and I'll turn it yellow just so you can see, an island around the outside of my wrestlers and fills it. Okay, so again, I'll turn it yellow just so you can see it. So everybody sees where we're at now. Now what I'm going to do, this is where it gets a little bit confusing because it kind of does it behind the scenes. So this is where you want to pay attention because here's what I'm seeing a lot of, especially on the crafting page right now, our Facebook page. Here's what I'm seeing a lot of people doing. Still, it doesn't look bad, but they're doing something like this, where, yes, I can still tell that it says Wrestling Mom, but it doesn't necessarily look as good, I don't think, because the N is kind of hard to read. The M is a little bit harder to read. So it isn't forming the images kind of into the actual letters to make it easier to actually read. Okay? So here's the way you're going to do that. Like I did before, the place and fill, one island to the outside at 0.06. Now this, I'm going to click on the pink, hold shift, and click on the letters. So I have the pink and the text selected now. And I'm going to come over here and I'm going to hit intersect. Now it looks like it did nothing at all, correct? Everything looks the exact same, but watch. If I move this pink out of the way, I move this white out of the way, it still looks like it didn't do anything, but look what's here. It actually cut that out. So it formed those wrestlers into the different shapes of the actual text. Does everybody see that? And that's where I know a lot of people get confused because it does it behind the scenes. It's hard to see where it's actually doing that. And that's what's confusing people a lot. So let me go back again and I'll show you. So I'm here and I'm going to create my outline. So there's my island fill. I'm going to go pink, hold shift, click onto the black. So I have just the pink and black selected, not that white island that I chose or that I just created. And I'm going to hit intersect. So remember that intersect button we just made? Hit intersect. Now this pink right here is worthless to us. We don't need that pink anymore. Now what I'm going to do is take the white, hold shift, click on the letters. Instead of intersect, this time I'm going to do trim. So I want to trim out all the text back behind that little outline. Now when I move this out of the way, everybody see what we have here? And we can change the color. And your design is done. And it's two completely separate cuts. We have our pink and we have our black there. Everybody get that? Of course. Yep. Had a couple. Want to see it one more time. What would happen if you intersected without the island fill? Would you get the same results, or is the intersect cutting the island fill? No, Michael, the intersect is not cutting the island fill because I'm not selecting it. So when I do that, it's actually not even paying attention to that island fill that I created at all. It's only going to intersect what I actually have selected, okay? But if I did, let's just say I never created the island fill and I just went here, I select this entire design and I just do intersect and I get rid of my pink, then I have this. So you can see, and then what I could actually do is I could highlight both of them, hit trim, and then I have this. Okay? So there's a lot of cool different things you can do with something like this that, I mean, this, you can maneuver the guys around to where you could still see and tell what this is, and it almost just looks like a shadow back behind it. Or you can do this way. The issue with doing it this way is obviously we need to work on our magic trap because it's going to be perfect aligned, so your shirt's going to be showing through into those areas. Okay? So let me go back, and we'll get into that. Let me go back to our original. Make sure, boom, boom. Want to make sure we don't have, okay? Make sure we don't have the intersect back there. Okay, so we have our originals here, just our pink, just our black. And I'm going to go click here, island fill, one island to the outside at 0.06. There's my island fill. And the reason why I'm creating the island fill is to have that shirt showing through. So it gives that easy way to layer it, and so you can differentiate between the wrestlers and the text a lot easier when you put it onto the shirt. And believe me, this would be a pretty cool car decal with the FTC sign vinyl to go on the back of the car, wouldn't it? So don't think that when you create this shirt, it's only done for an actual shirt when you create the design. This is an awesome looking design for a car decal. So I have my 3 layers here. I'm going to go pink, hold shift, click on the letters. So you can see, Mike, I have the pink and the black selected, but I don't have that island that we did selected. I'm going to go to intersect, pink, I'm done with it, white, shift to my text. You can see my intersect's still back behind there. I'm not touching that, so that's different now because I'm going to trim this. So trim that out. White is done now, and our design is done now. Okay? Okay. Deborah, that's a good question as far as the mom part of it. Yep. Okay, so everybody's good with that. And let me just show you real quick. I'll just throw it in here real quick for you. So bam, and let's go nice bright pink. Highlight my design. Let's go to mockups, accessories, drop this down to 3x6 design. Come over to this right here, click on that, and isn't that a pretty cool looking car decal? So any of you, any wrestling moms, baseball moms, things like that, pretty cool looking car decal that you could sell as well. So again, I don't want you to think that when you create something like this, it's only done for shirts. Okay, so Karen, I'm going to get into that right now. So let me go back. We're back to our original now. So we did have a question of How would you layer it for a car decal? You can eyeball it or you can create registration points, and we're actually going to have a webinar coming up soon where we're going to go over how to layer multiple color sign vinyl designs. So we're definitely going to be doing that. Okay, so I know I have a lot of questions coming in. Let me see. What would happen if you intersect? Oh, Mike, I got that one already. Okay, can you send the wrestler separate so that we can line up different names if we make something? Thomas, what do you got with that? I'm confused on that one. Can you send wrestlers separate so that we can line up different names if we make, as far as like wrestling mom, wrestling aunt, wrestling grandma? Yes, yeah, you could easily do that. So it would just be a matter of, before you convert it to curves, Tom, then you can type out whatever you want and then you're good to go. Yep. Next one, if you were to do that way and just use one color HTV for the lettering, let the shirt show through the images, would that work? Okay, good question, Sarah. Yes, it definitely would. So what Sarah's asking is if we just had the shirt showing through and we did a one color. So what I would probably do if I did something like that is I would go place and fill. Let's do a little bit bigger contour. Let's do 0.09. See what that does for us. So 0.09. Then I would click on the pink, hold shift, click on the letters, and we would do our intersect, get rid of the pink, white, hold shift, click on the letters, trim, boom, get rid of that, and then this is what you're going to see. So again, that's pretty cool looking too, don't you think? I mean, that now you're using just one color of sign vinyl or heat transfer vinyl, and it still gives you, I mean, you can still easily tell that those are wrestlers there. So if we were to throw that, let's go ahead and combine it. So I'm going to come over here, combine it so it's all one. And we could go to our magic vinyl, we could go to our magic glitter, and we could say we want this to be in hot pink glitter and go on to a women's shirt. We can go over here to our mock-ups. Women, let's throw this onto a tank top real quick. So it's going to run through here with our glitter, drop it onto a tank, and you can see what that's going to look like. So yeah, pretty cool looking design, whether it's a decal or a shirt there, just using that outline part of it. And that's where, again, you guys can get as creative as you want with these different designs, whether it's for a decal or a drawstring bag or a tote bag or single color, multiple colors, whatever you want. That's where you can get as creative as you want, and that's where we want you guys to, hey, be a little bit different and get creative with it. Okay. All right. So now what I'm going to do is show you how to. Okay. So obviously I brought this in, and that was completely done. So how many do we have? Some hockey fans in here? Any hockey fans? We're in wrestling. We just did our wrestling. We're in Florida, so not a whole lot of hockey around here. We got Tampa Bay Lightning. They're pretty good. Okay, so hockey fans. There we go. We got some hockey fans in here. So I'm going to pull in here, and we just released a hockey pack, and let me find it real quick. So here we go. And actually, I'll show you this one first. So this is a hockey decal pack that we just released a couple days ago. So this is what we use for the magic envelopes in the magic template. Well, I want to show you again how to create something very, very simple using these same vector designs that you purchased in this pack already. So let's just say you purchased our TRW Hockey Decal Magic Templates Volume 1. Okay? So this is what you would see when you actually purchase that. So there's our different vector designs for our magic envelopes, okay? Now, let's say, for example, yes, you're going to create a lot of different, I see. Some of you were here yesterday because you're already giving me names and positions and numbers and everything. You guys are cheating. Okay, so all of you that already listed it, you're out of the running. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and I'm going to pick, for example, a goalie. So let me ungroup this real quick. I'm going to pick a goalie, and this guy right here. He looks like he's putting a nice shot on goal. So here are my two hockey vectors, okay? So those of you that weren't here cheating and were here yesterday or on Tuesday, give me a mascot name for a hockey team in your area, like the Blues, the Flyers, the Ducks. Ducks wins. Ducks was the first one. Sarah, you win. So we're going to do Ducks hockey. So check this out. I'm going to just type out Ducks. And I'm going to go to fonts, and we're going to do an impact font. And this is, someone was asking earlier about the a question with the spacing, and this is where I'm going to get to that. So don't think that I missed your question. So I got Ducks, and let's do Hockey. So we got Ducks hockey. Now, anytime we're doing that type of design, we want the text to be a lot closer together. We want it very nice and compact and dense, so the hockey players are going to show up better. So all I do is I click on the Ducks, go to the wizard, go to the Edit tab, and I'm going to hit left on my text spacing, and that's going to tighten up my spacing for this impact font. So I would say that looks pretty good there. Come down to hockey. Let's do the same thing. Tighten up the spacing for it. Now see how the E and the Y are getting ready to connect? Well, you can also move letters individually. So if I click on actually text spacing, you're going to see some different squares at the bottom here. I can move all of these letters to wherever I want if I just grab the square. So if I hold Control, I know it's going to bring it in a straight line. So I'm going to hold Control and move my O over a little bit, hold Control and move my H over a little bit. So you can edit the text manually like that as well. So I got Ducks hockey. Let's go to 9.8 inches. I'm going to do my Ducks at 9.8 inches as well. Line these up. Of course, I can't line it up perfect every time. So what do? I click on both of them and hit C to center. So now it's all centered perfectly for me, exactly 9.8 inches wide. Now what I'm going to do is convert to curves and combine them. So now these are combined to one. Let's change my hockey players to a different color. We'll change, yellow is a little bit hard to see. Let's go like with the blue here. So we got the blue. Let's take our goalie here, and you can see him, he's back behind there, hiding behind the letters. Let's just click on both of them and bring them to the front so we can see it better. So we got our hockey player, and let's get our shooter here and our goalie. And we can make our goalie a little bit bigger there. So here's our two hockey players. Again, click on both of the actual hockey players, and now we're going to go, what do we do next? Combine. So click on the combine. We have two objects. Now we're going to go hockey players, place and fill, 0.06. Island fill. There's my white outline. Blue, hold shift, letters, and intersect, and then get rid of the blue. We're done with that. White, shift, letters, and trim. Get rid of those guys. Click on this, and there you go. Ducks hockey. We customized it, created it right there on the spot for you with two of the hockey vector files, and now you have a Ducks hockey design to be able to sell to that customer as a card decal or heat transfer vinyl for your shirt. So what do you think? You think that's pretty easy? I think it's pretty easy. So to be able to create something that quickly on the spot is going to be pretty simple. Now we do have a question of how would you create an outline around the letters? And Barb, great question and great timing. I know a couple of you asked earlier, and that's what we're going to do right now. So let's go back here and make sure, okay, I have my two items. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click onto my letters here, okay, and I'm going to do place and fill, and let's do 0.1 island fill, okay? So 0.1 island fill, and now I have an outline around my Ducks hockey. Okay, everybody sees what I did there, right? Same thing I do with my hockey players, I just did it around the text now. Now what I can do is take my hockey players here, okay? So watch how I do this. Take my hockey players, and I'm going to hold shift, and this time I'm going to click onto just my black letters. So you can see I left my blue alone. Hockey players, black letters, and we're going to go ahead and intersect. So when I move these guys out of the way and I click, I know they're there even though they're the same color. Change that to blue. Now what I'm going to do is click on this blue and click on the other blue back behind it. So look, I have both of my blues. I'm going to go ahead and hit combine or weld. So I don't want to combine them, I want to weld them. So if I click weld, that's going to do that. So here's what we're going to get here. I welded them together, and that's where I was getting a lot of questions as far as, hey, when I weld it, everything disappears. Well, I'm going to show you why that's happening and what you do to fix that. The reason why that's happening is I have my intersect here, but I didn't get rid of the black area in this text. So watch this. What you need to do before you weld it together, and we were getting a lot of questions on this, click on the hockey players, hold shift, click on the text, and I'm going to trim. So now that I trimmed, watch, get rid of these blue guys here, and everything's done. You don't even have to do a weld anymore. So now this design is completely done. There's our first cut. Here's our second cut. And yeah, I'll definitely do that again. I'll go through all the steps again. But does everybody see what we have here? So again, we have the outline, so it's two colors, but then we also have the hockey players, but we also have it cut out to be able to read very easily. So let me go back here. I'm just hitting Control Z to go back multiple steps. So everybody sees where we are right now, right? We just have our two hockey players and our Ducks hockey, okay? Get them back to there. So we still just our two hockey players and our Ducks hockey. What about magic? Yep, I'm going to show you that right now, Lynette. So watch. Click here. First thing we want to do is we want to create our outline for our text. So outside, island fill. There's our outline. So let's turn that to a different color just so you guys can see. I turned it pink. Okay. Now we got our hockey players. Hold shift. Click on the black. Pink's not selected here, so I just have the main letters selected, and we're going to do our intersect. Okay, so we just did our intersect, so those we could get rid of. Those are yellow. Okay, so these, bye-bye. Now we have here our yellow, but remember, we need to trim that out of the black. So I'm going to make the yellow pink because they're all going to be one layer there. So I'm clicking my hockey players, hold shift, click on the black text, and let me click on it so I can show you what I'm selecting. So I have just the hockey players and the black text, and I'm going to go ahead and trim, get rid of those, and now we have this. Okay, so great question I saw pop up already is what if we're doing glitter on glitter? Well, the cool thing is now that we have this, if I just highlight this and come over to my edit and hit my magic trap, now see how some spot right there, how it tried to disappear, some of that spot? Well, that cut line is still going to be there. So it just depends on what you're actually doing. So let me go back here and double click. So what you need to look for is like this right here. So see how I just went back a step and that C is all there. This is all out. So we can see we got exactly what we're looking for now. Okay, so just depending on where your nodes are, what type of, how complex the object is, you're going to see different areas, but obviously with this, you want it to trap out so you can layer the glitter with the glitter. Does everybody understand that? And I'm seeing a lot of you are putting in as far as with logos. Yep, that's the perfect next one I was going to do right here. Let me pull in our Wolves baseball. Yep, I'll do the trapping with the, Lisa, yep, I'll definitely go over that again. The trapping, I'll do the trapping with this one as well so you guys can see. So Wolves baseball, have my wolf, have my Wolves baseball here. So I know a lot of you will think, hey, if I do it with a logo, is that going to be different? Now, there is definitely different steps involved when you're doing multiple colors. So that's where my main feature here and my main purpose here is to get in with you guys and show you all of the features as far as how to do something like this. But I don't necessarily, we'll eventually have an intermediate or advanced class that once you know all these features, once you've played around with the features a little bit and you actually know what they do and how to use them, because I don't want to completely confuse you, okay? So I'm not going to get into like a 3-4 color with all the magic trap and everything in this webinar, because again, I want you to be able to walk away and actually be able to use it right away. If I do it with a 3-color design and show you the magic trap and change this and do that, I have a feeling it's just going to completely confuse you until you learn these basic steps off the start, okay? But I will show you a couple different versions with this, and we can pop an extra color in there where it's just adding one step. So I got my Wolves baseball, drop my wolf in here, and I did this one earlier, and let's see if we have the same type of group here. I want to see which you guys prefer. So those of you that were in Tuesday's webinar, I know you've seen this, and let me know which you prefer, because it was overwhelming last time which one everybody preferred. So watch, I'm going to run through them real quick. So I can actually go here, and I'm going to do my place and fill. Let me make sure my sizing is good. 9.8 inches, good. I see you, Russ. Russ already said both. So I got my wolf here. I'm going one island to the outside at 0.06. And let's do an island fill on him. Boom, island fill on him. Now what I'm going to do is I got purple, shift to text and intersect. Get rid of the purple. White, shift to text and trim. Get rid of that. And turn this to whatever color we want, blue. Okay? Now, let's do the same thing over here. And you know what? I want to test something right here while you guys are here. I like to test stuff while you guys are actually here so you can see the first time I try it. So, just to see, it might save us time, it might not work. I'm going to go, let me see how I can do this. If I went here and combine both of my purples together, and then I went here, and hold on, let me do it this way. Okay, bear with me a second. I want to see if this works. It might save us some extra clicks. So I'm going to go wolves and combine those together. And let's send those edit to the back. And then wolf and combine those together. Now I'm going to click on these and go place and fill and island fill. So we did both of them at the same time. And now I'm going to go purple, shift to text. So it's doing both of them at the same time. So I'm not having to do one and then do the other. So again, it's going to save us time. So obviously we're going to go intersect first. So there's my intersect. I can get rid of the purple. It deletes both of them at the same time. So we're basically cutting our design time in this in half. Now we got the white, shift to the words and trim. Both of them at the same time. Beautiful. And click on there and let's go purple or blue or whichever one. So which one do you guys like better? The left one where it's got the smaller logo or the right one where it has the bigger logo? Let's see. Oh man, it's the exact same. Wow. Right, left. Right, left. Okay, so same thing. But the great thing is now, see, some of you are choosing left. Most of you are choosing right, but why not give your customer the option if you can, like I was showing you there, how I combined them like that. I created them both at the exact same time. So why not give them both options to say, hey, which one do you like better, the right one or the left one? Pretty sweet, huh? Okay, everybody saw exactly how I did that? But again, that's where it doesn't matter if it's a wrestling vector, a hockey vector, a logo like this. Very easy to do. And then what you do, and so I saw someone just ask, of course, they're combined now. So how do I move them around and move them around individually? Well, a lot of you will run into this problem. And you'll go here, and then you'll go to break them all apart. So once you break all of these apart, so if I went to this and I break them all apart, you'll see like the B's and the A's go crazy on you, right? Let's just say they chose the big one here. What you can do is, if you selected all of them, came over here to my crop tool, and there I go. So now I have this cut and this cut. Everybody see how I did that? All I did is I cropped it out, so I only had one left. So again, I have two of them here, boom and boom. Just a quick little Corel shortcut. If I want to keep just that right side, and I could do it this way, watch. If I made a duplicate of it and I wanted to split these up easy, I could just go, depending on what you want to highlight. So I'm going to highlight all of that. I'm going to go to my crop tool, and I want to keep that one. And then highlight these, go to my crop tool, and I want to keep that one. Now we got completely separate objects. Pretty nice, huh? Okay, perfect. So let's get into and give you an idea of how to do and this is a very basic one, so I'm going to show you a 3-color design with this wolves design, okay? So to do a 3-color design, everybody chose the Mr. Big Wolf here. So I'm going to go wolf, and then I'm going to do, let's say 0.07, whatever you want. I'm going to do island fill, okay? I created 2 island fills. So you can see I have boom, yellow, and boom, blue zircon. So I have 3 colors here. Now what I'm going to do, a couple different ways that we can do this. So I think it looks pretty cool if you do it this way. If I go purple, shift to the text, and intersect, and then purple's done, yellow, shift to the text, and intersect, yellow's done, and then blue, shift to the text, and trim. So again, it's going to look all like this off the start, but when I go boom to here, I think that actually looks pretty sweet, because it separates the black a little bit, but kind of doesn't it make to you almost make it look like the wolf's jumping out more? I mean, that's the way I see it. It kind of outlines the wolf a little bit more, makes it look like it's jumping out a little bit more instead of, and I'll show you both of them just so you can see. Boom and boom, and let's get rid of that black, then that. Which one do you like better of these two, the bottom one or the top one? Top, 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 top. Okay. Oh, there's a bottom. Thanks, Thomas. So, again, not a big difference as far as what I did there. Now, you can see when I move this blue, that black's going to be back behind there. So now watch what I can do. I can go blue to black, okay? Blue to black, so I got this blue here, and I have this black here. First thing I want to do is I always like to try and get rid of any little tiny nodes. So if you double click on it, you can see any weird nodes that you might have in there. So maybe I saw some see that real small area right there? Sometimes it's easier even if you get rid of those. But let's act like those aren't there for right now. And go over here and magic trap. So now I just did a magic trap of that. So you can see when I zoom in and I go to this area here and let's go behind the scenes, you can see that's all magic trap now. And see how this little area right here has a little bit of it's a little bit off. Can everybody see that? Even though it looks awesome, like if you see it from here, it looks awesome, but can everybody see how that's just a tiny bit off right there? Well, I'll show you what we did. So, let me go in here. With the new 2.1 for the TRW Stone Wizard, if I click on both of them and I hold shift, I held shift and hit magic trap. Now what do you think? Does it look a lot nicer? Looks a whole lot nicer to me, right? So when I go behind the scenes, it's still magic trapped, but what it did is it magic trapped the opposite way. So it magic trapped it to the inside, and that's what's going to actually give you another cool design. Check this out. So everybody see how that is? It actually gives a little outline of that back behind it. So that right there is now a single color design that, again, you have an option to use. So here's what I would do with that. Watch what we can do here. We got, let me go back a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. Get back from our traps there. And watch this. If I hit blue, shift to the black, and let's go a magic trap. Let's see 0.5. That might be too much, but maybe not. 0.5. Grab the blue, take it out of there, and check that out. So it keeps that outline right there to make sure that you can still see the word really good. But doesn't that look pretty cool right there? And again, now it's a single color Wolves baseball design. It's actually going to cut into this area there, but I think that looks pretty awesome. I mean, just with these different designs you have 8, 10 different variations of different ways of doing it. And again, I know I'm showing you a lot of stuff here, so I don't want to obviously overwhelm you too much. But again, it's going to be recorded, so you're going to be able to pause it and rewind it and watch it again. But yes, exactly, Kate. Put something like this on a car. You want to see it on a car, Kate? I can show you in the wizard. So let's change this to white, and I want to combine them together, but change that to white. So we have that whole thing as a white decal now. Let's go ahead and combine. Let's go ahead and go to mockups, accessories. We got to shrink it down to a decal size. So let's go 6.7, click on our car decal, and that looks pretty sweet, doesn't it? So you can do that with any one of your designs, and it's pretty awesome with the reverse magic trap that we created. You don't necessarily have to use it as a trapping method, and that's what we found out as we were creating it. It's pretty awesome to be able to do something like this where it actually creates an outline to the inside, keeps all the letters perfectly straight, and makes it so, because if we would have trapped the other way, you wouldn't have seen the whole bottom half of this E. It would have been missing. Now, because you can do the reverse magic trap on it, that's a pretty sweet looking design for a car decal or whatever it is, or a shirt that you're going to be able to show your customer. Okay? All right. Okay. What would you charge for that? Diane, for the car decal? For the car decal, this one, honestly, for it to be custom, your customer doesn't need to know that it took you 2 minutes to create it. You don't need to tell them that. Hey, this is a completely custom design. We're dropping your logo in there, this and that. It's a $25 design and setup fee, and that's what's going to make them get a team order of it. But if you just brought it to them completely done already, we would sell this car decal here for $8 to $10. And you're going to have about, I think we did it 3 by 6. So yeah, you're going to have about the same, about 17 cents worth of cost in it. Yes, awesome. Be able to sell that. Yes, you would be able to sell that all day long. All day long. Okay, so let's go back and delete this. Back to page 1. And I know that it's 4 o'clock. Do you guys want to see one more thing? Is it okay if we run over just a little bit? Obviously, if you have to go, then head on out. But I figure at least some of you will hang around. And we actually just had another person come in. Okay, even better. So just because I said, obviously, I was going to show you this, I want to obviously show you this. So this is the design. I'm not sure if you guys saw it on the Facebook page that I made for myself and Jackson, my son, for a charity event that we had locally here. So if I ungroup, we just have a ribbon here. It's a 2-color ribbon. And then I just used the impact font, and with the impact font, again, I wanted to make it look a little bit different. So I'll just show you the difference. It's very little subtle things that are going to make your designs look a lot different and look a lot better. So watch. If I did this design right here, and I'll show you both versions of it, and I had dudes, and then up here I did real. Okay, so looking at these designs, see how tall this is getting? See how kind of basic it gets? Like, of these two, which would you select? Like, which would you prefer for a shirt? I'm going to guess 99% of you are going to say the right one all day long. And April hooked me up because she said right all day, exactly. So again, real little things as far as when you're designing and you're creating stuff that are it's going to kind of click with you once you do it over and over, as far as saying, hey, you know what? We want dudes to be big. We want it to obviously say real dudes, and we want wear pink to be the biggest part of the design. So when I was designing this, I first typed it out like this. I was like, oh, that looks, I mean, that's 15 inches tall by 10 inches wide. Then it's 11 inches tall by 7 inches wide. I mean, I need to change this design around a little bit, make it look a little bit nicer. So that's what I did. I just had it there. I grabbed the reel, and I'll just show you real quick. Let's change it to 0. Let's say the reel was up here. All I did is I came up here and rotated it 90 degrees. And then let's say it was still that big. We came over here, dropped it into the corner there, and then I just size it down. I'm just grabbing the corner, size it down to where it fits in there perfect, and there you go. Kate, that's a great question. This is the one I love to answer. Kate's question was, have you had any graphic training prior to doing this? Kate, I was a high school teacher and a baseball coach. I had never in my life known what Corel Draw was, what Illustrator was. I didn't even know what heat transfer vinyl was, nothing. So I have never been to a business class in my life. I've never been to, even to this day, I've never been to a graphic design class in my life. So that's where it's easy for me to say to you guys, hey, all of you can do this, because I've had zero training as far as business training. I have no business degree. I've gone to no business classes. I have no design training. So all of it, what I am very good at is playing around with the program, figuring it out, and kind of visually seeing what I would want to wear. But no, I've never had any training on graphic design prior to me getting into this business. Okay, so real dudes wear pink. Let's go ahead and, of course, what do we need to do? We need to convert it to curves, because and a lot of you are going to do this, you're going to hit combine, and it's going to do this. How many of you have done this already? Don't lie. All of you probably have, because I still do it. Control Z to go back, convert to curves, now combine, now it's all one. All right, highlight my... Now the cool thing about this ribbon right here is I'm going to size it down. Again, something small, and I'll show you both of them just so you can see. Let's go ahead and move this to front. So, a very small kind of change that I did, but I like it, and just visually it looked better to me. So watch. I rotated the ribbon so it looked like this. Okay? So which do you like better, the right one or the left one? This one might be closer. I just liked the way the right one, it just adds a different dimension to the design, because everything in the design is basically horizontal and vertical. Well, just to add a little bit more dimension, a little bit more depth to the design, I decided, hey, let's rotate it a little bit. It'll give more pop to the design. It'll show the ribbon a little bit better. So I chose to rotate it. And I see every single one of you agree with me. I love that. All of you chose the right one. Okay? Thomas, you normally go opposite and choose the left on me, buddy. Okay, so let's go ahead and move this over. Now the cool thing, see the red right there? We have a step that's actually different. So, I mean, we have a step that's already completed for us, which is what we normally click on this and we go to our island to the outside. Well, we just use our red for that. So here's what I'm going to do. Click on my blue, shift, click on the text, and I'm going to go over to intersect. Get rid of the blue. Click on the red, shift on the text, trim, get rid of that. Click on this, and we have our design is done. Real dudes wear pink, perfect outline, to be able to have the shirt showing through there. How easy was that? So, and again, this is a design that we gave away for free. It's still free for the rest of the day today, I think, on our website. So it is a free design that you can go grab right now. It's under the free designs on our website. But how easy was that to create? Yeah, it's going to take some time just kind of visually and playing around with the text, like how I put the reel to the side here and rotating the ribbon. But it's things that once you do it over and over, you're going to realize and you're going to pick up on a lot of different things that are going to help you with designing. And Thomas said, yeah, I try to be different, which exactly what you guys need to do, to try to be different. Like you can see, the way that I run my business in the Rhinestone world is completely different than a lot of businesses in this industry that you see. My entire goal is to make every single one of you as successful as possible. Because again, I didn't have to go to a business class to figure out that the more shirts that you make, the more money that every single one of you in here make, it benefits the Rhinestone world. So I understand that. That's why we do free webinars like this. That's why I want the TRW Stone Wizard and Corel Draw to be your go-to software and you to know everything about it. I mean, there's probably a lot of you in this actual class here that may know more about Corel Draw than I do. We have a lot of customers that have been using Corel Draw for 10, 15, like a long time. And the great thing is I'm more than open to when you guys say, hey, Matt, why don't you do this way, or why don't you do it that way? I don't have an ego when it comes to stuff like that. If you say, hey, Matt, you could probably save some time doing it this way, you know what? I'm going to create a video on it, and I'm going to say, hey, you know what, everybody? Thomas, Will, Christy, Kate, whoever it is, showed me a pretty cool feature in Corel Draw that it's going to save you some time, and you can do it this way. So that, again, my goal is to take care of every one of you and teach you as much as possible to build your business up, because if this year you're selling 50 shirts and we can teach you enough and give you enough strategy and everything else to sell 500 shirts next year, well, that's 450 more shirts that you need, obviously, rhinestones for, that you need heat transfer vinyl for. And of course, that benefits us. So now we all win. You guys are making more money. The Rhinestone world is growing because we're supporting you guys and building your business. And it's a no-brainer. It doesn't take a business degree to figure that out. So I do have a couple questions coming in. Mascot pack. A mascot, silly Thomas, great idea. Mascots, yep, to get some mascots going. We do have a... Oh, I think I muted myself. Can you hear me? I hear Rudy laughing at me in the next room. I got excited there. Okay, so we are going to come out with a lot more of the silhouette packs, and we are going to... oh, yes, sorry. I almost forgot the magic templates, just to give you an idea. Those of you who have not... Thomas, I know you were having some issues initially until we got it fixed. Are you good with the 2.1, Thomas, now? Were you able to get it installed? You're all good? And I think we have... I'm pretty sure we have fixed everybody that had an issue with the install at 2.1. So if you are having an issue with it, make sure to contact us. I think we've solved every issue. So the 2.1 is released now, which means you have the option for magic envelopes. What magic envelopes are? We have, boom, boom, the hockey right here. Let's go rotate it 90 degrees, ungroup it. So what was the team name we did earlier? The Ducks. Okay, Ducks hockey. So we got D-U-C-K-S. You got to pay attention when I'm spelling that one. And H-O-C-K-E-Y. How did I pull these up? Deborah, this is a pack that we have on the website. So this is under our magic templates on the website. It's this pack right here. Okay? So I got Ducks Hockey, and then I'm going to go number 26, and position, we're going to go left wing. All right, watch how easy this is with our magic templates. So your magic templates, if you have 2.01 and the magic envelope tool is, yes, Shelby, that's why I said I have to pay attention when I type that one. Shelby said that could be a very different team name if you misspelt ducks. So we got, and the letters are right next to each other, by the way. So we got ducks here. I'm going to click on ducks, and I'm going to hold shift, click on this area, hit magic envelopes, and see how it dropped it in there perfect. Well, that's pretty cool, but I wanted to take it to the next level for you guys. Watch this. Click on ducks, hold shift, click all of the top, all of the top, all of the top, magic envelope. Every single one of them are done. Hockey, shift, all of the bottom, all of the bottom, all of the bottom, magic envelopes done. So there you go. You just made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess I could count 5 times 3. You made 15 car decals there in a matter of 30 seconds, custom to Ducks Hockey. Now you want to show them. And again, just think of, this is where looking at, and we do this on purpose to try and make it easier for you guys. Watch. 26, you would think, okay, to add the number custom number 26 to the left side, I would click on 26, hold shift, and then click on each one of these boxes here. Anybody know an easier way? Watch this. Click on 26, hold shift. Now I'm going to drag my box vertically. Got all 3 of those. All 3 of those. Oh, missed one. All 3 of those. All 3 of those. All 3 of those. Magic envelope. There's all my 26s. Now I got my position. Bam, 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 and bam. Magic envelope. Click on yellow. Select same color. Get rid of all of my yellows. And I have a fundraiser ready to send to this hockey league. So now you can send an image of this to the league, give them a sample of how every different decal is going to look with Ducks Hockey, customize it for them, get this to them, and they say, okay, I'm taking orders now. Sell these for $10 each, you got 17 cents in cost. So pretty simple, right? Now, there is a couple different, and we just created, and I'm trying to think, we just did a webinar on this yesterday. And I'm pretty sure it is on our YouTube channel now. I'm not sure if it is or not, so don't quote me on that. But we did a webinar over just the envelopes in the 2.1. So that might be on our YouTube channel already. Rudy, can you ask Daniel if it's on the YouTube channel yet? Yesterday's webinar for the 2.1? So there, all of our Ducks Hockey. Oh, we are still in the process of rendering it for that. So that we should get it up. It is on for the 2.1. Okay, Rudy just came in here and said that should be on our YouTube channel. Okay, so and it'll go over all the features of the 2.1 and show you how to use the magic envelope. So very cool. And I'll show you one more quick magic envelope feature real quick. One more quick, I said quick like 3 times in that sentence. So let's go to, boom. Let's do, what do we got? Basketball, football, or baseball, softball fans here? What do we got the most of? Basketball, football, or baseball, softball? We got baseball, football, baseball, basketball, baseball, softball, softball, baseball, basketball, softball, softball. Okay, baseball, softball wins. So let's go baseball softball pack, and I got 3. This one, when you download it from the website, you're going to get 3 different files. So 1, 2, and 3. 3 different EPS files here. And I'm going to go ahead and rotate these so I can see them and ungroup them all. So here's our magic templates for baseball. Now this is a download file where you get all 18 templates on the website. What I'm doing to pull it in here, Deborah, is I have a third screen over here. In my third screen, this is what you would see. And I can show you real quick. Just it's it's easier than, oh, if I click on there, my screen deletes. So basically what I do is I just grab the EPS file, I left click, and I drag it into CorelDRAW and drop it. So instead of having to go file open, I just drag and drop, and it drops the EPS file right in there for me. That's how I'm doing it so quickly. Okay, so we're all broken apart. Baseball, softball team name, who's got it? Who's first one? I need like Lakewood Ranch Mustangs, Braden River Pirates. I need a full name. Rockford Rockets is our winner. Diane, quick trigger today. So, Rockford. Oh, and I spelt that completely wrong. Rockford and where's our W? R-O-C-K-T-E-T-S. Rockford Rockets, is that right? Thomas, you're going to get your Chardon Hilltoppers one of these days, buddy. You were a little slow on the keys there. So, Rockford Rockets. Watch. I'm going to click on Rockford. Oh, and let's go ahead and do baseball. So, baseball. And we want to add a custom number or something. So we want number 25, and number 25 is a shortstop. Who was happy with the World Series? Did we have any big Giants or Royals fans in here? My Rays are in trouble. Okay, so Rockford. Here's how easy it is. Click on the different areas. Anything I want Rockford to go to, I can put Rockford, so this, but actually I'm going to do Rockets. So I want Rockets, 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 Rockets. I want Rockets to go in the middle of this one. Rockets to the top, Rockets to the top, Rockets to the middle, Rockets to the top, Rockets to the top. Let's just say we're going to do all of these. Come over here to our magic envelope, and bam, there you go. All of our rockets placed perfectly into all of those areas. Now we got Rockford. There's a couple areas. See, like right here would be a good for the Rockford. Right here would be good. Right here would be good. And let's go magic envelope. Baseball. We want baseball, 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 and baseball, baseball, and baseball. Magic envelopes. Oh, we probably want baseball right down into that spot too. But see how easy this is? I mean, basically, I'm just saying, hey, I want this word to go in there, perfect, and we are good to go. And then we got number 25. Let's go 25. Let's go 25 here, 25 inside of there, 25 there, there, here, and here. And magic envelope, and then what position were we? We were a shortstop. So shortstop to here, 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 and magic envelope. One that I found out that was pretty cool with this, and I didn't even do it on purpose, which was funny, is I'm going to drop my baseball into here, perfect. Check this out. If I went mom, and this is where you can put any text you want in it. Let's put mom right here and here, magic envelopes. That's a pretty cool design right there, isn't it? So let's say we wanted that design for them. So get rid of all of my yellows. Oh, missed a yellow there. And there's all of my designs. So I just created all of those designs in a matter of a few minutes. And they say, you know what, this is my favorite one right here. I can go ahead and delete those. Now you still have options here. So this isn't necessarily just a one color design. I could go here, here, and here. And they say, I want those to be green. So now I have a two-color design. Just make sure before you cut it, click on each of those, combine them, click on your different blacks, and combine them. Now we have boom and boom. There's your cuts. And if you wanted that to be pink, you could easily go pink there, highlight your design. Let's make it 9.6 inches. Go to our mock-ups, go to women, TRW. Let's throw it onto a white tank top real quick. Click onto our white tank top here, and it's going to run through. Now we're using our pink, for example, like our pink Easyweed, and then it's going to show a black background, so change that to white, of course. And pretty sweet looking design right there. You may want to move it down just a tiny bit, just the way that design is, but you can do all that on the spot there, and there you go. Yes, you can change the mom to Nana or whatever you want. So completely customizable, and that's the big key with the magic envelopes and the new magic templates that we've come out with. So magic templates going to save you a ton of time, but allow you to send 18 different shirt designs, decal designs, whatever you want, to your league, to your school, to your customer, and say, hey, pick your favorite and we're good to go. All right? So I see that, wow, we only had 2 people leave the entire time. You guys are hanging out with us. I appreciate it. So again, I appreciate all of you coming by here. Hopefully you learned a lot in this webinar. Hopefully it's something that you're going to be able to take with you to your business and help your business grow, help you sell more shirts and more decals and everything else. And man, I need to stop doing this because I see Thomas and Kate are already all over it. So, and Karen, geez, I'm going to change my name to Goodwill. Okay, so here's the deal, is because I have to be fair, you guys know that I always have to be fair. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get you a link to the actual wrestling design. So Daniel, you got the link to that? I can get Daniel or Rudy. They're going to post a link onto the questions here so all of you can see it, and you're just going to click on that link and it's going to allow you. And if for some reason you're in here and you don't get the link, then shoot us an email and we'll get that design to you. But you should be able to get it right here off the webinar as soon as we get this link up. So we're going to try and do that. But in the meantime, because I always want to be fair with you, and I provided a coupon code on Tuesday for this exact same webinar, we're going to provide you a coupon code today. And the coupon code today is, oh, I see Daniel. Daniel, is there a way to post it? Everybody see, can everybody see that link that Daniel just posted? It's HTTP files secure. Okay, awesome. That's your link right there. So that link right there, click on that. That's going to get you to a text document that has the links to be able to get all of the 2 wrestling designs. So those are the freebies for coming here for us today, hanging out with us today. And just so you know, those of you who are watching this, go ahead and highlight it and copy and paste if it's not a clickable link. So just copy and paste it into your web browser, but not the web browser for the webinar, or else you're going to lose us. And said file not found. Okay, someone let me know. Go ahead and try it and let me know if it's only showing 1. You should be able to click on it and then you're going to see more. Okay, I see everybody. It's working now. Awesome, awesome. Had me worried there for a second. Okay, so here's what I did is on Tuesday we did a 25% coupon code on download design files and TrueType fonts. So okay, no worries, Jen. If you're on an iPad, shoot us an email and we'll get that to you. Just let them know you were in the webinar today at 3 p.m. and we'll shoot you over that link in an email. So if you're on your iPad or your iPhone and have any issues, you know we're going to hook you up. So shoot us an email and we'll get you those. So shoot the email to info@therinestoneworld.com, please. And just let them know you were in the 3 p.m. webinar and you were looking for the 2 wrestling mom and wrestling dad files. Okay? So now what we got is 25% coupon code. Let me type it out real quick so you know what it is. And the coupon code today is going to be TRW. What do we got today? We'll go TRW Wizard Web 25. So we're going to create a coupon. It's good for 2 hours and 2 hours only on today, October 30th, 2014. So those of you who are watching the recorded version of this webinar, please know that this coupon was only good for everybody that is live in our class here. It's good for 2 hours and it's 25% off our download designs and TrueType fonts. Now the great thing is that 25% does include our magic templates. So I'll show you the screen here. Can everybody see the website right now? If you go to, everybody see the website? Just make sure everybody can see what I have on my screen here. And let me make it smaller here so you can see. Okay, yes, yes, yes. Okay, shop products, and let's go to design downloads. The magic templates are, I'll show you where those are, and the 25% off counts for that too, right here. TRW magic templates, there's our true type fonts, and here's all of our other download files. Click on the magic templates, you'll see the tail pack, the football pack, the basketball pack, the hockey pack, and the baseball pack. So you'll see all those, and they're actually still discounted for the initial release. So they're going to go up in this price, but you're going to get an additional 25% off of all of that. Nice try, Michael. Not happening, buddy. We would go out of business if I did that. Michael said, why not give 25% off on everything? 25% off on the heat presses and vinyl cutters would lose us a bunch of money. Okay, so there we go. 25% off all of those, and good for 2 hours. It's 4:30 Eastern time right now. Yes, I would gain a lot of friends, Michael. Hopefully you guys are already my friends, but I would probably have more friends if I did that. No on the dad. Can anybody see in the dad file in there? As far as for the free files, just want to make sure you got them. Jennifer got the dad. Thomas, what are you doing? Are you just messing with me? Mom only. Yep, got the dad. Only the mom. Yes, got the dad. Only the mom. You guys are doing something to me here. You're playing around, aren't you? Only the mom. I got it. Was a separate one. Okay, yes, yes. Okay, there might be multiple links there. That might be what it is. There might be multiple links, and the dad is one, and so there might be even actually 4 different links. EPS of the dad, EPS of the mom, EPS of the SVG, and EPS of the other SVG. And I got Magic Mike's calling me right now, and that's probably what he's trying to tell me. Okay, everybody get them now? I just want to make sure before we get off here that everybody gets what we need. I only have the mom. Okay, let me click on the link, and then, okay, Rudy's going to post them all again here for you to see. So before we leave here, we're going to make sure you guys all get it, because it's not allowing me to highlight in my question and answers right here. Okay. Okay, now they're all posted under one. So there's 4 different links. And does everybody see all 4 of them now? There's one that ends in HC, one that ends in FA, a DU, and a 3S. Everybody see them now? Of course, I'm not going to leave you guys until everybody's good and everybody's got what they need. So yes, the reason why there's 4 files there is there's 2 dads and there's 2 moms. There's an EPS and an SVG for the dad and an EPS and an SVG for the mom. So yes, someone asked about the silhouette. All you're going to do is bring in the SVG file in the silhouette, Jen, and you're good to go. So that's why we provided 4 files, 2 EPSs and 2 SVGs. I got them. I see them now. I got them. Got it, got it, got it, got it. Okay, I see everybody's posting that they got it now. Sorry, that was a little confusing off the start. Thomas, are you good, buddy? Anybody that doesn't have them all? Everybody's good now? Mom and Dad. Karen, you're not getting them? Working on getting them? Trying to get them. Okay, we got a couple that are still working on it. No worries. You know what? I probably have a better plan for this. Let me think of... Oh, okay. I see most of you are getting that. Okay, perfect. Okay, so a couple of you that are... If you're still having some issues, just shoot us an email real quick, and we'll just drop the files in the email as well. Just say you were at the 3 p.m. webinar. It may be easier than trying to get to the links. And I know some of you are going to have to email anyway because you're on your iPhone or iPad and you won't be able to grab them. So no worries, you're going to get them. Yep, another iPhone. No worries. Yeah, just shoot us an email once you get home, or just shoot us an email on your iPhone or iPad, and then we'll email you back with the actual files for you. Sweet. Okay, so got 2 hours. TRW Wizard Web 25. Coupon is only good for 2 hours, so 4:30 until 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. 25% off download designs, true type fonts, and our magic templates. But like I ask every single webinar, you guys got a half hour of overtime here. Awesome. Great to hang out with you guys. But everybody here, did you learn something new? Something that's going to help you with your business? Something that you feel like, hey, it's going to help me with my design time. It's going to be something that I can actually sell to my customers. Everybody, yes. Awesome. Well, again, thank you all very much for coming, taking time out of your day, an hour and a half out of your day. I think we ended up having close to 160 of you in here today. So I know that's a lot of an hour and a half out of your day. I know you guys all have busy schedules. So we appreciate you coming by and hanging out with us. But again, I can't do this all alone. We got Rudy over here answering questions. We got Doc Rhinestone over here answering questions. So definitely thank them as well. They're the ones that make all this possible and help me through the entire process. So couldn't do it by myself. But again, thank you all very, very much for coming. You got your TRW Wizard Web 25 coupon code. We have the NBM Charlotte show coming up next week. Any of you that are in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, make sure to come by and see us. We're going to have some awesome training classes. We're going to have some in-booth trainings. We're going to have some awesome different specials and everything else. And we have 2 free classroom classes as well, hour and a half long each. So definitely make sure to come to those, and they're free at the show. Make sure you register before you go to the show, though, because at the show it does, I think it's $25 if you aren't pre-registered to get into the show. Make sure you register ahead of time so you get in for free. Okay? All right. Well, thank you, crew. If you do have any questions at all or need those files, email us. But if you have any questions, make sure to give us a call. The number is 941-755-1696. This is Matt, Rudy, and Daniel with the rhinestoneworld.com, and you guys all have a great day.